Hello, good day everyone, and welcome to our mathematics class for school year 2021-2022, especially to all the grade 6 mathematics learners of Rizal Elementary School. This video is a teaching aid for you to be able to answer your learning materials, your learning modules, and your activity sheets in Mathematics 6. Okay, I am your Sir Mel, and I will be your mathematics teacher for school year 2021-2022. So again, this is our mathematics class, and welcome to our class for school year 2021-2022, and we call this as learning math is AMAT-AMAT. Okay, so we will learn math AMAT-AMAT. So we know that most of learners or students or pupils dislikes mathematics subject. Okay, kay nabudlayan sila sang math as a subject. But we cannot deny the fact also that math is present from the time that we were born until the time na mapatay kita. Okay, so from the time that we were born, may math na nga daan. Okay, so your birthday, ang bill ni mama mo sa ospital, may math na dira. Okay? And until the time of your death, may math man dira. Okay? So kung kasan ikaw napatay, kung pila ang gasto, may math man gyapon. So meaning to say, hindi kita makapalagyo sa math. So what are we going to do is we will learn to love mathematics as a subject, amat-amat lang. Okay? Sa mga na-love na nga daan ang math, very good, it's okay. Sa mga hindi pa love ang math, kag nabudlayan pa sa math, we will have our journey to love and to love mathematics as a subject, because hambal ko kagina, hindi naton malikawan si math samtang nagapangabuhi kita. Okay? So, we will learn math, amat-amat. Okay. To start, our first lesson is a review of or a preliminary of our topics for the first quarter. Okay, I think our first topic for first quarter are operations of fractions. So we have the addition of fraction, subtraction, multiplication, and division of fraction. But before that, we will have our preliminaries. We will review your previous lesson on the concept, and we will know the facts about fractions. Okay, so what is fraction? And to start, we will define fraction. Let us review your past lesson when you were in grade 4 and when you were in grade 5. Let us define first fraction. Ano bala ang fraction? Okay, so in math, we define fraction as part of a whole. Okay, so bahin o kon parte sang kabilugan. That is a fraction. Fraction is also defined as part of a group. Okay? Kabahin kuno sang isa ka group. So that is fraction. Or fraction is a part of a set or collection. Okay. So we will have some examples for our definition of fraction. So fraction is part of a whole. The very basic example kag pinaka ginagamit gid naton in to symbolize fraction is a pie. Okay, so there's an example of a pie which is divided into equal parts. So let's take for example, as we define fraction as part of a whole. Okay, so ang isa ka pie gin-divide naton sa 8 slices, equal slices. For example, ginkaon naton ang isa ka part. Okay, so we can form fraction out of it. Okay, so one part of 8 ginkaon naton, so may fraction kita nga nabuo. Okay, or fraction is part of a group. Okay, so in a group of students, how many are male or how many are female? So we can form also a fraction out of it. So for example, grade 6 Avancenia, the enrollment of grade 6 Avancenia is 40 students. Out of 40 students, there are 22 male and 18 female. So if you will be asked what part of grade 6 Avancenia were male, so 22 out of 40 students are male, so we can form fraction out of it. Okay, so or it is also a part of a set or collection. For example, in a set of colors, okay, no. Example, in part of a set or collection, ano pwede natin example sa part of a set? So, in a set of deck of cards, okay, sa baraha, okay. So, pila dira ang ace o kunang alas. So, we have 4. So, out of a complete set of a deck of cards, which is 52, pila ang aces. So, there are 4 aces in a set of a deck of cards. So, we have 4 out of 52. So, we can form also a fraction. Okay, so now, we can define fraction as part of a whole, part of a group, part of a set or collection. So, that's how we define fraction. Next, in fraction, we have the different terms. Okay, so let us review again the different terms that we use in fraction. Okay, take a look in our illustration. We have there a circle which is divided into 4 equal parts. One part is shaded, so which is colored green. Makita niyo sa ating screen. So, we can form fraction. Okay, in a whole, gin-divide siya into 4 equal parts. Ginkuha naton, gin-shade naton ang one part, so we can form fraction there. 1 out of 4. So, we read this fraction as 1/4. Okay? So again, we read our fraction as 1/4. So we have the different terms in fractions. So the first term that we're going to learn is numerator, or we're going to review is numerator. The second term is denominator. Okay. So dira i-show naton kung din ang numerator kag din ang denominator, and later on we're going to define kung ano ang numerator kag ano ang denominator. Okay? The upper numeral in our fraction is called numerator. Okay? Ang 1 is our numerator, and the lower numeral, ang nabutang sa idalom, is called our denominator. The 4 there is our denominator. So again, ang numerator is upper numeral, denominator is lower numeral. Sa idalom ang denominator, sa ibabaw ang numerator. Okay? And our numerator and our denominator is separated by what we call a fraction bar. Okay? Hindi siya matawag na fraction kung wala sang fraction bar. Okay. So let us review also how do we read fractions. Okay. Fractions, okay. Paano kung natin basahon ang fraction? So, ang aton nga numerator can be read as nominal number, or kung ano ang name sina nga mga number. So such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. Okay, so basahon mo siya ang ato numerator as nominal number, or kung ano ang ngalan sa nga number. While our denominator can be read as ordinal number. When we say ordinal number, that is according to its rank or according to its order. Okay? So for example, we have first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on and so forth. Therefore, in our example, we read there our numerator as 1 and our denominator is fourth. Okay, the 4 there, we read it as fourth. Okay, because we read our denominator as ordinal number. So we read our fraction as 1/4. Okay, so there you have it. Now let's review again. The upper numeral is called numerator. The lower numeral is called denominator, and we read our fraction, our numerator, as nominal number, or kung ano ang ngalan sa number, and we read our denominator as ordinal number, or according to its rank or order. Okay, let's proceed. Okay. So, paano naton kuhaon ang aton numerator kag ang aton nga denominator? Okay? So, sa dito naton kag ginagin-kuha si 1 kag si 4. Okay. So imagine again our illustration. So the circle is divided into 4 equal parts. Okay? Ginkuha naton or consider naton ang isa ka part, which is gin-shade naton siya into a green color. So that is our numerator. So we define numerator as the upper numeral of a fraction which tells the number of equal parts taken or considered. Okay? So ginkuha mo siya or gin-consider mo. So in our example a while ago, 1 is our numerator. Kaya gin-divide natin equally ang aton circle into 4. Ginbutangan natin sang color ang one part or gin-take natin ang one part. So 1 is our numerator. While denominator is the lower numeral of the fraction which tells the number of equal parts the whole or group is divided. Okay. So in our example, our denominator is 4 because our whole is divided into 4 equal parts. Take note of the word there, equal parts. Hindi pwede nga dako ang isa, gamay ang isa. It should be divided equally. Okay? Dapat the same or pareho. So in an example of 22 students are male out of 40, so our fraction will be, for example, we will consider how many or what is the fraction of male or boys of grade 6 Avancenia. So our answer is 22 over 40 because the enrolled students of grade 6 Avancenia is 40 and male or boys are 22, or there are 22 boys. So our fraction is 22 over 40. So the number that we consider, which is our numerator, is 22, and the total number of population of grade 6 Avancenia is 40, which is our composition of the whole group, which is our denominator. Okay, and again, the third term that we use in fraction is fraction bar. Our numerator nga sa ibabaw or our upper term, and our denominator, which is our lower term, is divided by, okay, or separated by a bar, which we call in math as fraction bar. It is a line that separates the numerator and a denominator. So technically, magsulat kita sang fraction, dapat may ara gid siya nga fraction bar. Okay. So kung istriktuhan ay dapat fraction bar gid ang ginagamit. Okay. Pero kung daw hindi istrikto, kay kung kaisa mabudlay magsulat sang fraction bar, especially when you do it in sa computer, we use slash. Okay. But again, technically, fractions should use fraction bar. Okay. So hindi pwede ang gina-consider na lang na ang slash. Okay. So next. There are different kinds of fractions. So I think we have 3 kinds of fractions. So ano na sila? Okay. So let us start with the first kind of fraction. The first one there, okay, you can hold also your worksheets. Kaya ang ginahambal ko sa inyo, ara man sa aton yung worksheets. Okay, the first one there is proper fraction. Okay, the first kind of fraction is proper fraction. What is proper fraction? Proper fraction is a fraction whose value is less than 1 whole. Okay, again, ang value kuno sang proper fraction is less than 1 whole. Meaning wala siya kalabot sa 1, less than 1 whole. Okay. Paano natin mabalaan nga proper fraction siya? Kung tuluko lang natin ang fraction, paano mo siya mabalaan nga proper fraction? So, proper fraction is a fraction whose numerator is less than the denominator. Again, proper fraction is a fraction whose numerator has a lesser value than its denominator. Mas nubo kuno ang iyang numerator, mas nubo ang values ang iyang numerator kaysa sa iyang denominator. Okay, so liwat din ang numerator sa ibabaw or the upper term and the denominator sa idalom. look at our examples. So the first example there is, we read this as 2/7 with S. 2/7. 2 is our numerator and 7 is our denominator. Okay, our numerator is less than the denominator. Mas nubo ang 2 compared sa 7. Therefore, 2/7 is a proper fraction. And 2/7 is less than 1. Okay? Our second example there is 1/10. Okay, 1/10. 1 is less than 10. Therefore, we can say that 1/10 is an example of a proper fraction. The next one there is 27/28 or 27/28. So is this an example of a proper fraction? So the answer is yes, because 27 is less than 28. So therefore, 27/28 is an example of a proper fraction. The next example there is 3/12. Okay, 3 is less than 12. Therefore, 3/12 is an example of a proper fraction. And the last example there is 5/7 or 5/7. So is this an example of a proper fraction? The answer is also yes, because 5 is less than 7. Okay, you can make also your own example on your scratch paper, an example of a proper fraction. So tanawon mo da nga ang iyang numerator is less than, the value of your numerator is less than the denominator. Sir, question, what if ang iyang numerator kung ang iyang denominator pareho abi, sir? Okay, so is it an example of a proper fraction? The answer is no. Okay, so dapat ang proper fraction is less than ang numerator kaysa sa denominator. Kung equal gani, lain naman na siya nga kind of fraction. Let's proceed to the second kind of fraction. The second kind of fraction is improper fraction. Okay, ano naman niya ang improper fraction? An improper fraction is a fraction whose value is equal to or more than 1 whole. Okay, anong baliya? The value of the fraction is equal to or more than 1. So meaning, equal siya sa 1 or more than 1. Sobra siya sa 1. Okay. So paano natin mabalaan nga ang fraction nga nasulat is an example of improper fraction. So, kung makita mo nga ang fraction nga ang numerator is equal or greater than the denominator, that is an example of improper fraction. Again, if the numerator is the same or equal or greater to the denominator, that is an example of improper fraction. Meaning, mas taas ang aton nga upper term, which is our numerator, compared to our denominator. Okay? Or equal. The numerator and the denominator is the same. Let's take a look for our example. The first example there is 7/2 or 7/2. So, your numerator is 7, which is our upper term, and our denominator is 2. 7 is bigger or greater than 2, therefore 7/2 is an example of an improper fraction. The second one there is 12/4. Okay, so 12, our numerator is 12 and our denominator is 4. 12 has a greater value than 4, therefore 12/4 is an improper fraction. Okay, let's take a look for our third example, 8/8 or 8/8. So what have you noticed? Notice that our numerator is equal to our denominator. Okay, all fractions with the same numerator and denominator is equal to 1. Okay, again, kung pareho kuno ang upper term, which is our numerator, and the lower term, which is our denominator, that fraction is equal to 1. 8/8 is equal to 1, and 8/8 is an example of improper fraction based on our definition that improper fractions are fractions whose numerator is equal to the denominator. So 8/8 is an example of improper fraction. The fourth example there is 24/5 or 24/5. Okay. Kapila magtagol ang ido ka 24/5. Okay. So 24 is bigger than 5, therefore 24/5 is an example of improper fraction. And the last example there is 17/17 or 17/17. 17/17 is equal to 1, therefore 17/17 is an example of improper fraction. So we have proper fraction and improper fraction. The third one. The third kind of fraction is mixed number. Okay, we call it as mixed number. From the word itself, mixed, meaning samo siya. Okay, so how would we define mixed number? Mixed number is a combination of whole number and a fraction. So may whole number kag may fraction. So tawag sina mixed number. Hindi malipat nga kung may whole number gani kag may fraction, tawag sina mixed number. So based on our example there, we have 4 examples. So we have 12 and 3/8. So 12 a whole number and 3/8 as a fraction. So we read this as 12 and 3/8, which is an example of a mixed number. The second one there is 4 and 2/7 or 2/7. That is also a mixed number. 21 and 3/15 and 9 and 1/5. All of that are example of mixed number. Okay, so let us review. The 3 kinds of fractions are the proper fraction, the improper fraction, and mixed number. Okay, so you can review the examples on your worksheets. Let's proceed now to conversion or converting mixed number to improper fraction. So all mixed number has an improper fraction equivalent. So why is it that we need to convert mixed number to improper fraction? Conversion of mixed numbers to improper fractions is important because we need this in the operations of fractions. So kinahanglan naton ang conversion of mixed numbers to improper fractions and vice versa kung ara na kita sa operations of fractions. Okay? So, I will teach you how to convert mixed number to improper fraction. So, we have here a step-by-step way on how to convert mixed number to improper fraction. Our example there is 2 and 3/4. What is the equivalent improper fraction of mixed number 2 and 3/4? So, we have steps to follow. So what are we going to do? So we have there, you multiply your whole number with your denominator. Okay. So tanawa da sa mga worksheet, may step-by-step dira nga paagi kung paano naton i-convert ang mixed number into improper fraction. So again, we have 2 and 3/4 example naton. So the first step is multiply your denominator, which is 4, with 2. Okay? Or multiply your whole number with the denominator. So 4 times 2. Okay. So the product of 4 and 2 is 8. And then you add the product with your numerator. Okay. 4 times 2 is equal to 8 plus 3. Okay. So therefore 8 plus 3 is equal to 11. Okay. So 11. Ano ang obraw natin nga denominator? So ang denominator natin is the same. Okay, just copy the denominator or our denominator is unchanged. So therefore 2 and 3/4 nga mixed number, kung i-convert siya natin into improper fraction, the result is equal to 11/4 or 11/4. You can try on your scratch paper, you can pause this video or you can stop this video and make your own example on your scratch paper or on your notebooks. So, pangita ka dira sa mga mixed number nga pwede mo himon example kag i-convert into improper fraction following the steps that we have in our example. Okay, so again, multiply the denominator with a whole number. So in our example, 4 times 2, the product is 8. Add your product with your numerator, which is 3. So 8 plus 3 is equal to 11, and just copy or simply copy your denominator. So, kung ang value, ang istoryahan, 2 and 3/4 is equal to 11/4. So again, pareho lang ang value ni 2 and 3/4 kag ni 11/4. Gin-convert lang naton. So again, kung mamangkot ka, nga need naton i-convert si mixed number into improper fraction because we need it in our next lessons, which is operations of fractions. Okay? So, let's proceed with converting improper fractions to mixed number. So this time, pabalik. Okay? Ang improper fraction, himuon naman siya naton nga mixed number. So our example there is 7/3. Okay? 7/3 or 7/3. 7/3. Okay. Is equal to 2 and 1/3. Okay, which is correct. Okay. But the question is, paano si 7/3 nahimo nga 2 and 1/3? From improper fraction, himuon siya naton nga mixed number or i-convert siya naton into a mixed number. Okay? So, step 1, ano obraw naton? You set up your improper fraction in a division problem. Okay, himuon mo siya nga division problem. Okay? So, 7 divided by 3. Okay. So, muna siya guaya. So, kay ang fraction is a direct division. So, step 1, set up siya naton into a division problem. 7 divided by 3. Okay, tanawa da sa aton nga worksheet kag sa aton nga video. Meron dira example, 7 divided by 3. So, ma-divide kita. So, pila ka 3 ang ara sa 7? So, there are 2 3s. So, your quotient there ara sa ibabaw, 2. 2 ka 3 ang ara sa 7, ang makaigo sa 7. So, 2 times 3 is equal to 6. 7 minus 6 is equal to 1. 1 is our remainder. Okay. So, ang obrahon naton, ang aton nga answer, ang aton nga quotient, that will be your whole number. The result is 2 with a remainder of 1. Okay. So, therefore, we write as, ang 2 nga quotient naton is our whole number. Ang aton nga remainder, that will be our numerator. And just simply copy again our denominator. Okay, again. So, ang placement, ano nang itsura? Kabalo ka na mag-divide. Okay? So, 7 divided by 3 equals 2 with remainder 1. So, ang 2 nga whole number, ang 2 nga quotient will be our whole number. Ang 1 nga remainder will be our numerator. And simply copy your denominator. Okay. Now, you can try again other examples. You can try it on your scratch paper or on your notebook, changing or converting improper fraction into mixed number. Okay? So, now, sir, for example, nag-divide ako. Ang wala sang remainder, sir, which is 0. So, ano ang guwaya sina? Okay. Okay, this time, we convert improper fraction to whole number. Meaning to say, your numerator is divisible with your denominator. Example, 6/3. Okay, wala da sa aton yung worksheet. Example, ha? 6/3. When you divide 6 by 3, the result there is 2 without remainder. Ang wala ka da sa remainder, 0 na da ang sa idalom. So, therefore, ang aton nga improper fraction, nahimo siya nga whole number. So, hindi mo na siya paghimuon nga mixed number kay divisible ang imong numerator sa imong nga denominator. So, matabuin na kon divisible ang imong numerator sa imong denominator, you will convert your improper fraction into whole number. Okay, so meaning, pwede si improper fraction ma-convert into mixed number or whole number. San o matabo nga ma-convert ang mga ido kung nagagahod Okay, ma-convert ang improper fraction into whole number kung ang imo nga numerator is divisible by your denominator. Okay? So you can pause our video or you can stop this video in doing your activity number 1. Okay? So the direction there is you're going to write the fraction of the shaded area. Okay? So only the shaded area. So ang shaded area is our may clue na ha. Ang shaded area will be your numerator. Kag kung pila divide into how many equal parts, that will be your denominator. So good luck with your activity 1. You can pause or you can stop this video while answering your activity 1 on your worksheets. Huwag kayo mo sa mga ido sa pag-answer sa inyong activity 1. Kay kagahod sang ido nagapula upod sa akon. Activity 2, for your activity number 2, identify the following fractions, whether they are proper fraction, improper fraction, or mixed number. So you can go back with your with the definition of the different kinds of fraction on your worksheets and then identify the following, whether they are proper fraction, improper fraction, or mixed number. Simply write your answer on the space provided. Okay? So you can pause and you can stop this video while answering your activity number 2. Proceed. This time, convert your activity 3. Convert the following mixed number to improper fraction. Okay. So sundan natin ang steps sa pag-convert sang mixed number into improper fraction. So you can pause and you can stop, or you can stop this video while you are answering your activity number 3. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you very much. Again, I am your teacher Mel. Always remember to be good, be bright, be right, and be happy. I hope that this video helps you to understand our lesson. So get ready for our next topic for next week. I think it's operations of fractions. See you. Thank you very much.